Hello, I'm Ashton, and today I'm going to talk about ayahuasca. I had my first ayahuasca trip last month. I'm in Peru right now. I'm Peruvian, Canadian, and I not always wanted to try ayahuasca, but I felt the calling, the calling. Like some people say, oh, you need to wait until the ayahuasca will call you. You will feel it. I think it was kind of true because I'm I'm 30 years old and I've never felt a calling until now. Okay, so I was in a point of my life where I was in Asia and I had everything. I have everything right now. The business, the money, my fiance, my family, and my siblings that I love, parents, friends, and I was like, okay, like, what's next? What's next? So I had this mini crisis where I was like, okay, what's the chase? What's the point of this chase of money, of freedom? Because I reached, like, right now I can live anywhere in the world. I can choose where I can live right now. Like, not to brag about it, but I'm in a point where, like, it's okay for me to, if I want to go to Europe, I can go to Europe. I can live there. In Asia, I can go there to Asia. I'm in Peru right now. I can travel. I can live in many places. I can have many bases in the world. So I had this crisis. Okay, like, it's like, what's next? Okay, so I came to Peru to spend the holidays with my family, my parents, and my siblings. And yeah, I felt the calling of the ayahuasca. It was kind of like gradually growing on me. And it is here. I'm not promoting anything. I don't want YouTube to ban me, but this is the plant, the famous plant. Just take it. So, first of all, so this video is about why you shouldn't do ayahuasca, even though I did. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. Like, why you shouldn't do ayahuasca. So first of all, I have to say, I did ayahuasca because I have this. I want the answers, okay? And you should do ayahuasca if you want answers. If you try many things and you need to find more answers to your questions, to your problems. If you are going through a crisis, okay, it's fine. However, there's one more thing that you should do before doing ayahuasca. And well, but I want to say, the trip was beautiful. The trip was super intense. Like, I drank this in the ceremony, and I at first, in the first hour, I thought I was scammed because I couldn't feel anything. I was like, this was just some tea or something. Like, I couldn't feel anything until I was like, damn, like, until I don't know why I put my hands in my face and I started feeling the texture of my face, and I started, it's like if I was touching my face for the first time in my life, and it felt so good. Then I knew I was in a trip, and then I was entering the trip, and I was like, okay, the effects are this thing is taking effect. Then I felt like I was with my eyes closed, by the way. I felt like I was in an Egyptian maze and I was looking for something. Like, with my eyes closed, I was in this Egyptian place and I was looking for something, like a door. And yeah, I found the door, and suddenly I felt euphoria. You feel joy, you feel pure, like infinite love. Like you will like you cannot feel more love than this. Love, gratitude, and everything. And I met my higher self. My higher self is just like you, you know. It's basically it's you, but your higher self. You know, you are the character, but the higher self is the player. Imagine you are playing like League of Legends, right? There is characters, right? So you are the character playing this game of life, and the higher self is the player who is who knows everything, who knows that this is just a simulation, a game. So I talked to him, very wise person, the purpose of life, you know. So what's the purpose? You know, what's the purpose of life? And what my higher self, well, they don't tell you things with words, they tell you things with knowledge, you know, like images, movie like scenes. So wisely, he or she, you know, my higher self just gave me like a bunch of images, like a movie in 0.5 seconds. I knew this whole movie, and I realized that I've lived this same life infinite times. Sounds crazy, I know, but like I've in that 0.5 second movie, I saw it like a lot of images, frames, and I knew, okay, I've lived this plenty of times. This life, this same life. Okay, me in the ceremony doing ayahuasca, I felt that I did that before. It was crazy, yeah. But I felt some joy. I felt like, fuck yes. Like there's no purpose to life. There's no purpose. You're here. You're playing this game again and again and again and again and again. And I felt like incredibly grateful and incredibly privileged to. So imagine like you're playing your life again and again and again and again, and you can change it, you know. It's not that every single time the movie the same. No, you can change stuff. You can go, like, you can quit your job and right now go to Bali, you know, if you want it. It's like a free roam game, you know. Like you can roam for like freely, and there's the purpose. And I was like, yeah, I create my purpose. Yeah, I know it's kind of like obviously, yeah. But I was like, but I experienced, I can create my own purpose. If I want to make money my purpose, okay, that's my purpose. If I want to make, I don't know, people feel good, my purpose, okay, let's go for it. And I realized that the last thing, like I realized that, damn, like that's what I want to do. My purpose, that's what I want to do. Like that's what I want, to make people feel good. That brings me joy. And it was very intense. Like it was a big epiphany. However, I knew there is something that you should know. Ayahuasca will not tell you will not give you things that you don't know or that are outside of you. In ayahuasca, you will experience things that are inside you already. So there is no bad trip, there is no good trips. It's just you. You will experience your inner self, okay? And I saw some darkness in me. Some darkness, like some shame, a lot of shame of me expressing myself, a lot of shame of doing my art, a lot of shame with speaking, writing, any way of expressing myself. I feel a lot of shame. And then I asked my higher self, so how can I I could see that it was trauma energy. And the trauma energy was down there, here. Like in the base, of my spine. And I asked my higher self, how can I heal from this? Because I'm feeling like darkness, emptiness, and my higher self told me wisely again, bring it up, just bring it up to the surface. So I did. And it was the most uncomfortable thing, because you are seeing face to face your inner demons, face to face that cringe that you have, like that. I don't know, remember when you, for example, when you did something at school when you were a kid, everyone laughed at you, or your teacher telling you don't do this, or your parents saying don't do this, and you are like, okay, I will not do that, I will never do that. Shame. It's like being naked. Imagine going naked on the street. That's bad, right? You will feel like shame, like no, fear, right? The same thing is like seeing your demons. So I saw my demon. I started. I follow like letting go technique that one of the best coaches in the world taught me. I was like, I was practicing that letting go technique until I started shaking, shaking. I started shaking like a motherfucker. I started shaking like every single cell of my body, like that. I don't even know it exists, shaking every single cell, and I could feel all the energy going around my body, my body, my fingers. I don't know, suddenly I put my arms up and I started shaking, and I feel all the energy, and I felt so much. I started crying, but crying of relief, like, this is, wow. And my higher self told me, you should learn to live with your demons forever. And that stayed with me, because sometimes we think like, yeah, I'm gonna trauma release, trauma healing, and I'm gonna get rid of trauma forever. It's not like that. It's just changing your relationship with that trauma energy, So I did that, and the higher self told me, hug, that energy, that trauma energy, just hug it, that's like a child, So I hugged it, and he told me, these are the two most powerful words: thank you, I love you. And I say, thank you, I love you. 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 And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say that this healed me, okay? Because ayahuasca will not heal you. Ayahuasca will give you a blueprint, allow you to contact your inner demons, and ayahuasca will tell you, okay, this is it. Ayahuasca will never tell you, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. Now you're healed, now you're there. No, ayahuasca will tell, okay, this is your inner, these are your inner demons. Now you need a system or technique in order to address that, in order to not to get rid of them, but in order to, because you cannot get rid of your inner demons, in order to change your relationship with them. Okay? And that's why finally this is the answer of the video. You can close your window after this. You can go watch Mr. Beast after this. This is why you shouldn't do ayahuasca, okay? If you haven't worked on yourself, if you haven't even know your traumas, your issues, your problems, if you don't know what you want even, don't do ayahuasca, because it's scary as fuck. And you will see your inner demons there in front of you. That's how the bad trips occur, is when you don't know anything. Like when you're like, okay, I'm doing ayahuasca because it's fun and my friends are doing it, so must be cool. We are signing up for a really horrible trip. And this is very serious. Once you do ayahuasca, if you're doing this for entertainment purposes, or even you are doing it with a guide that is not professional, you're gonna be regretting it a lot. Because, and I'm not even talking about entities right now, because that's another topic, because the ayahuasca opens a portal, okay? Portal of entities, light and darkness, okay? Good and bad. You cannot avoid that. Good entities and bad entities. Like they suck out of your energy, your soul, okay? So before doing ayahuasca, please do some inner work. Okay? I'm not telling you to heal, okay? I'm not telling you to, before ayahuasca, you should heal. No. Come on, no one is healed. No one will heal 100%. No. Just before ayahuasca, at least have some awareness. Be aware, like, okay, I have this darkness inside. I have darkness inside me. I have my issues. I have my inner demons. And I want to work on them. Okay. Then you are for a good, intention. This is the other thing. If you don't have an intention, and I learned this the hard way, okay? If before doing ayahuasca or any psychedelics, if you don't have an intention, you're fucked up, man. You'll be fucked. Why? Back in 2020, I did shrooms, penis envy, and without intent. I think my intent was just to, I'll see how it goes, I was very naive, I'll see how it goes, and I'll see, let's have fun, I want to feel something, I want to get in trouble. Damn, I fucked up really bad, because these psychedelics, these sacred plants, this was the worst trip of my life. I was stuck for 8 hours in a bad trip. Imagine 8 hours. You cannot stop that. You cannot stop. Once you're in a trip, nothing will stop you. You can tell the guide, please help me and stuff. The guy will tell you just to relax, breathe. But the medicine is inside you already. Even if you puke, the effects are going on, okay? So in this trip of shrooms, in this bad trip of shrooms, bad trip because it's showed me my inner demons that I had no idea I had these issues in me. I was so naive. I didn't know. I didn't know shit. I was like, what's that? I was seeing insects all the time. Insects, cockroaches, parasites. And I was one of them, and I was dying. And I was born again, like an insect, die again, born again, die. The worst trip ever. It's like a horror movie for 8 hours. And you cannot stop it. You are living the horror movie for 8 hours or more. And that happened to me because I didn't know that I had to work on myself prior to that. I had to know my issues, my demons. And this is where shadow work comes into place, okay? That's what I'm saying. If you have ayahuasca, yeah, let's say you want to do it, okay. At least try to do shadow work, okay? Ask yourself this shadow question. Shadow work is like Carl Jung. This psychologist. He said that we have our darkness, our inner demons, right? Things that we repressed, that we disowned. Okay, we just, from we were kids, right? We disowned that, we repressed. Okay, you need to ask yourself, for example, to get in tune with them, ask yourself, like playing, right? Just act as if you were playing. Okay, why do you hate yourself? Why do I hate myself? Now, first you will say, no, but I don't hate myself. No. Imagine you just keep playing, okay? If you hate something about yourself, what would it be? And answer the question and go deeper, When was the first time you felt that? Why is that? What happened in the past, in your childhood? What happened that made you hate that part of you? And I realized that, like, I'm not lying to you. When I did shrooms, psychedelics, my first bad trip, it was so bad, I got depressed for 2 years. 2 years, I'm a musician, I stopped making music. Why? Because I felt I was a cockroach, I was an insect. And I couldn't realize, like, why because I was seeing insects all the time, right? I was an insect, I was feeling insect, I was a cockroach. And I was like, why I'm feeling this? Why I'm feeling insignificant? Again, 2 years after letting go, meditations, after shadow work, I realized, okay, I know that trip is showing me. I know right now why I was seeing insects, I was seeing mantis even, I was seeing cockroaches, ants. And it was because I felt insignificant. At that point in my life, one of my fears is feeling insignificant. One of my deep core fears is like not being significant to the world, to my parents, to my friends, to my siblings, to my partner. And that fucked me up. So at least I'm working on it right now. Of course, I saw it in my ayahuasca trip. No joke. I saw the insects, but from a different perspective right now, because I know my demons right now. So I saw the insects there. Of course, I felt afraid, because you are, okay, just do it, okay? Just, you will feel this emptiness, this raw, harsh voice, like an abbey, you know, like, and you need to go there, calling you, saying, okay, come here, jump, you know, jump, and you need to jump to that dark hole to see your demons. And yeah, well, basically that's it. Yeah. If you want to do ayahuasca, please, I beg you, just do inner work. Inner work is the key before doing that. Well, in another video, I think I will talk more about my worst trip. But yeah, basically it's that, and hope that helps someone out there. Thank you.